FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
I threw my soul on this motherfucking beat. I kill a nigga just to make sure that I eat. Listen to my heart, I hear my daughter when that beat. Talk to Moo, he hear that shade when I speak, yeah. Mama told me watch all the company you keep, yeah. Slide on the west and then we post up on the east, yeah. I'm on your neck, it ain't no motherfucker sleep, yeah. Creep up on you, I know some motherfucker creeps, yeah.
Young and Hefe. Care about number what the check say. I can't run, I can't hide from no nigga, no. I still wanna take my mama to the Poconos. Gotta buy on a house, $1 million row. Played it fair with these niggas, put me in a hole. I got scars, I'm still healing, don't nobody know. I've been living independent, beefing with my bro. It ain't even about the money, it's the principle. They say blood a little thicker, I ain't feel it though. I got problems on my handle, I'm a grown man. I don't wanna murder nothing, use the wrong hand. Niggas put you in your feelings, playing like your friend. She been rocking hard body, say she not a fan. Malibu picking beats, meet me on the sand. I got flights chasing heights, I don't wanna land. Shit really hit different, niggas understand. But you should never make a statement on another man.
Yeah, what's good? This is your boy back at like a crack addict in the trap active. We got some new reactions and reviews to do, man. So, free that boy Young Hefe. But we're gonna be reacting to Doggy Style. Not him in particular, but it's a little short documentary out of San Bernardino the gardens, you know. Just wanted to check that out. And we got a reaction to the Lil Durk trial that started, and it seems that some snitches, informants has been revealed, and it's looking like the killer has been doing all these unalivings is the one turning into the rat. So we got that, and yeah, if we have some time, we'll get into something else, but we're trying to keep it at a minimum. So yeah, we got the Doggy Style is not particularly about him. It's about his neighborhood, his area, his section. You know, a lot of people think that shit just go down in LA and Compton or what have you, and shit don't be going down in the valley. And I'm telling you, shit do be going down in the valley. Shit do be going down in you know, what they call the suburbs or whatnot. So we're gonna get to that. But let's get to this real quick, man. And some people that's been reporting on the Lil Durk, you know, a lot of people been doing it for their own gain, you know, financial gain or what have you. But let's get to it. So some people been putting out false information, salacious information. It's just a lot of stuff that could be muddying the pool or the drawers, or you know, or just sway the prosecutors this way, you know, against Lil Durk. All these dudes that's locked up, that's part of the community. They innocent to proven guilty. We're not a channel that focus on trying to solve cases. We ain't doing that. We just react to what pops up in the algorithm. But let's get to this.
Chicago rapper ordered members of his OTF crew to kill rival Quando Rondo in an alleged retaliation for a 2020 killing of his close friend King Von. Rondo survived the 2022 gas station shooting in LA, but another man was killed. Durk faces 7 charges, including murder in aid of racketeering and conspiracy to commit murder for hire. He maintains his innocence and denies ever putting out a bounty. If convicted, he faces up to life in prison.
That's true. You know, this is shook up the hip-hop community. Everybody is wondering. It seems that Durk is in so much hot water. It don't seem that he's going to ever come home. They got him for murder, for hire, unaliving, they gotta say. He paid to get somebody gone, and now they saying, yeah, this is what this man did, and the people who did it, they turned coats, they snitching. So we got Hookah's Anonymous, shout out to him. This is how OTF Jam brought down Lil Durk and OTF while wearing a wiretap, man. Let's get to it.
Videos seem to be in sync with each other, except him. He was looking suspicious so much that social media accused him of wearing a wire at one point in time. And I'm kind of trying to figure out how nobody's seen it while they was on live, or at least OTF Varney while he was looking in the camera. Social media stated that he was moving like he was trying to get people indicted. And fast forward to now, it's been stated by the feds that he was actually the reason that OTF trap house was raided after warrants were served, proving that Jam at the time was actually cooperating. So the weird movements and faces and looks that he was doing, now we know why. Keep in mind, in that same live, these guys were talking spicy because it was a day after FBG Cash was on the live. The only thing I'm now wondering is, was he actually wearing a wire? Because we know he was cooperating, but was he wearing a wire that day? And if he was, Dirk and them just may be cooked. Because we seen how these guys were talking while the cameras were rolling. So if they were talking spicy while they were on live, can you imagine just what was said when the cameras wasn't on? Crazy. But anyway, we're going to get into the video, y'all. But before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hype the video so we can get into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure.
Hey, this is why they say the game is over. You know, your closest ones, me, you're going to be the ones that's going to bring you down. Because they never loved you in the first place. You know, all them dudes are searching for father figures. They searching for leaders. And at that time, Dirk was one of their leaders. King Von was one of the leaders. And they thought that following behind these people would lead them to the promised land. But it just pretty much led them down this road of destruction. And you see what's going on. They will go hit you where you're weak. They caught this man vulnerable. They obviously caught him. I think he got picked up with a burner charge or whatnot, but he had they came home and did some things. They said he did like 12 years or whatnot. Came home and wore a wire. So they already had him in mind. This is nasty work, y'all.
Make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Look, looking out the window. He looks totally uneasy. Look at him. See for yourself. I don't need y'all distracted by anything these guys are saying. Just watch OTF Jam's movements. Watch this. Look how he look. Look, what's he doing? And he keep fixing his jacket. He's looking over. Look, looking out the window. He looks totally uneasy. Look at him.
It's like he know that the feds or whoever out there outside that house listening. He checking that wire and making sure that wire is in position. This is crazy, y'all. This is nasty work right here. This is why you know the game is over. Y'all trying to be tough mafiosos, murderers and killers, gangbangers, and y'all are fucking around in the projects, right? What? You got rats, roaches, and snitches. They all in the mix. Just because they from your clique, your set, don't mean they ain't gonna, backdoor your ass. Backdoor activity, man.
Keep fixing his jacket. Looking down. Why you looking at Varney like that?
That was a signal. Look, when I go over there and I put my hoodie on top of my hat, that's the signal. This is crazy.
Looking down. Why you looking at Varney like that?
That's nasty. This is crazy, real live snitching. Look at that, rub his nose.
Slime. Yeah, he a slime, all right. Never trust anybody that do that little hand gesture. Look, now look how he looking. Everybody look like they just, they in sync with each other. They vibing. He's the only one that look like he's focused on something. Look at him. The fake laugh. Look. Look at him. All out of place. Now, like we said in the previous video, y'all, if he is behind whatever happened with Cash, or if he was around, whatever. Just know that somewhere down the line, I'm pretty sure that case is going to come up. It's not a closed case. A lot of people may have forgot about it because you don't hear too much people talking about it, but just know, it's, if y'all think all the evidence they have on these guys in this present case is something, if y'all see all the digital footprints and videos they left of that FBG cash situation, oh man. We covered a couple videos, but like I said, man, Jam looked very, very uneasy in this little live that they did. But we're gonna go back to an old video we did before all of this came out that he was in fact telling. Y'all check this out. There it is, y'all. Grand opening, grand closing. Lil Durk has officially been arrested for M for hire. And by M, y'all know exactly what we're talking about by now. This is his mugshot. And I kind of think we all already seen this coming. Aside from the stuff from, previously, I'm talking about as soon as y'all seen that they arrested the 5 guys or 3 out of the 5 guys and OTF DD was a part of that, I think we seen this coming. And it also starts to make sense when you think about all the Muslim stuff that's been going on lately. Durk wanting to push peace. And according to reports, actually, he was supposed to be arrested.
Want to run to Jesus. Run to the prophets and Muhammad when they're in trouble. Should have ran to him beforehand. This is reactions, man. We're reviewing this. I'm not going to just review and react to the ignorance. You may have to give you some jewels. He got too into his head, man. He was having a good time, popping in bottles, flashing that cash. Everybody was up. Seemed that your ops and your enemies had passed. But the feds be lurking. And they used somebody that was within his circle. It's crazy. Damn Mo. Who ain't trying to do all that time in the hole?
On the night of his birthday. Right? And he had knowledge of that. But for whatever reason, it didn't come through. But it's a lot of interesting stuff that comes into play with this whole situation. And then we also found out that Durk, the evidence they got against him now is crazy. OTF Jam, who was a guy who previously did 12 years in jail, came out and wore a wire.
Nah, bro, you be doing police job, bro. Can I ask you a question? When you gonna stop doing the police job, bro? Nah, bro, you be doing police job. Hell nah, bro. And they be doing police work. Nah, for though. But you gotta stop talking about people murder trials like that, bro. That shit fucked up. Free Smirk, bro. Hey, you say that, at least? Bro, free Smirk?
Yeah, he wouldn't even say free Smirk. Trap Lord Ross is a straight culture roach. He wouldn't even say free Smirky. He been cashing in and getting a pretty penny. This goofy ass, what they call him, Harry Potter ass motherfucker. Been getting a pretty penny off a little dirt. And doing all these documentaries on black rappers, all in the gang culture. Dude said at least say free Smirky, yo, bitch ass nigga. Shout out to Smut Free TV, man.
You ain't nobody. I can talk all I want. So what though? I'm not committing no crime though. Huh? I'm not. I'm just saying, you taking a picture of bro, but you know what he be on. You know what I mean? Just say free Smirk, bro.
In November 2020, after Lil Durk's best friend King Von started a fight with Savannah rapper Quando Rondo and ended up getting shot dead by his best friend Lil Tim, Quando Rondo and his entourage seemed marked for death amid rumors of $1 million bounty being placed on his head, which even Quando himself aggravated, pointing out this $1 million on his head in his song End of Story that dissed Von, where he taunted Lil Durk and told him he should increase the bounty to $8 million. The tension between Quando's crew and Lil Durk's OTF collective had reached a boiling point, and going forward, Quando needed to move cautiously and look over his shoulder everywhere he went, and it didn't take long from the death of King Von for Quando to begin to run into trouble, seemingly at the hands of his new enemies in Chicago. On November the 10th, 2020, reports surfaced that Quando Rondo had cancelled an upcoming show with rumors that Lil Durk had bought all the tickets, leaving the venue empty, a move reminiscent of 50 Cent's infamous tactic during his beef with Ja Rule. Now, this may well have been a publicity stunt and not actually what happened, but following this and the potential threats against him, Quando would be seen cancelling numerous scheduled performances over the next several months, but his absence from the stage would only last until May the 1st, 2021, when he performed in Waycross, Georgia. However, the crowd at the show was very small, perhaps saying something about how his career was going at this point, or fans were aware of the dangers surrounding him.
I ain't gonna lie, man, my show was really funny. deeper than this, but I know I got a lot of shit going on. You feel me? But I still appreciate everybody who came out. I'm gonna run this like it's 10,000 people in here. Come on, shit.
Because after leaving the venue, Quando and his entourage would be targeted in an apparent assassination attempt at a Circle K gas station, where over 100 shots would be fired at their vehicles, though luckily...
People that didn't show up didn't. That's crazy, right? The word was on the streets that they was gonna ambush this nigga. They said, yo, we ain't going to that show, man. We can't go, man. We ain't going. Yeah, these dudes don't even be thinking, man. They just do. They don't even think. They just do whatever's thought of. They don't even think about, you know, trying to plan some shit. If that's what you want, you know, like really plan that shit. It's just crazy. We're not pushing for that type of behavior, but this type of stuff happens. And this is why these cats get caught all the time. And they probably had I'm telling you, I bet you the feds know exactly who was in that car that let his car in.
Quando would escape unscathed. Notably, this incident took place at a gas station, something that was apparently becoming a pattern for Lil Durk's enemies. I mentioned the song Who Wants Smoke, where Lil Durk rapped about people dying pumping gas. It's highly possible that this might have been a reference to Quando and the attempt on his life, as well as the people that were allegedly killed in revenge for D-Thang's murder. The tension between OTF and NBA, the label that Quando was signed to under his mentor Youngboy, would once again escalate in January 2022 when NBA Youngboy released his song Bring the Hook, a direct diss aimed at Lil Durk, OTF, and O-Block. The track included inflammatory lines like Youngboy rapping how he's rolling an O-Block pack, a clear reference to Von's death, before also directly referring to him getting killed down in Atlanta. The song's disrespectful tone would leave the fans anticipating Durk's response, which would ultimately come in the form of the track Aha, released on February 22nd, 2022. As we've already discussed this song in the context of Lil Durk allegedly avenging his brother D-Thang, the song would also be a veiled diss towards Quando Rondo 2, hinting towards being behind his recent shooting, as well as foreshadowing future attempts on his life. Durk would rap the now prophetic bar that his ops are dropping locations and he's getting the job done, and the OTF is not about to do any tweeting because they're sliding, and because of that, the feds are coming. Durk would also hint at Von's romantic entanglements with Youngboy's baby mother, Jania Michelle, rapping how
They're gonna try to use these lyrics that Lil Durk said in Aha and various other videos, go against him and say, yeah, he clearly was in orchestrating these hits. He knew about these hits, and the way it sounds, somebody is telling, they're definitely wearing wires. This is not looking good for Lil Durk, but we don't know. We'll see though. This is crazy. Y'all get in the comments, let me know what y'all think.
how Von was messing with Youngboy's girl and how Youngboy and his artists are all Von's sons, before mentioning how he warned Von about staying away from women who exploit their looks doing S-work online, this likely being a diss towards Jania, who had been seemingly posting this kind of content at the time. Some of the lyrics in Aha would also hint that Durk may have already slid for someone, though without finding his intended target, as he would criticize his ops for hiding behind social media, reinforcing this sentiment by describing how deserted the areas he had targeted had become, implying that his rivals were now nowhere to be found. After the song's release, the rap world would brace for Youngboy's response, which came only hours later in the form of the track I Hate Youngboy. Youngboy would mock King Von's death with the line "Clean up on aisle O, young and let that chopper blow," referencing how Lil Tim shot Von. He would also target Durk's fiancée, India Royale, rapping how Durk had called him a but that description fit better to her. Youngboy would even shout out one of O-Block's biggest enemies, FBG Wooski, by rapping how he was bumping Wooski's song at his home, the song in question likely being Wooski's infamous diss song, The Computer's Remix. Now, Youngboy's highly disrespectful track would leave fans and industry on-siders on edge, worried about how this already volatile feud might escalate, and at this point, even the podcasters were warning Durk not to escalate things. On March the 10th, 2022, Durk would appear on leading hip-hop podcast $1 Million Worth of Game with street veteran hosts Gilly and Wallow. In the episode, Wallow would warn Durk and his friends not to crash out on their incredible career opportunities, chasing revenge in the streets.
Chasing revenge on the streets. He's trying to give him some $1 million worth of game. He didn't. He didn't seem like he took that advice. I think with this dude, Trap Lord Ross, the dude said the way you be recording niggas ain't feeling. He is a culture vulture. A lot of these dudes are culture vultures. He shows up to Lil Durk's beginning of his trial. It's crazy, the first day of his trial. And, you know, he done paid for press, you know, pass and all that, so he considers himself a real person, part of the media. They making money off this shit, man, and niggas is mad, but what the fuck niggas is doing?
What these criminal counts were, how charges start, and he made it very clear to the jury. They said, look, an indictment doesn't prove anything. I'm sure Durk and his lawyers were very pleased to hear that. Obviously, the judge was being very fair, he's giving very good instructions. And he said, I'm going to give instructions that the jurors must follow. Doesn't matter if you don't like the law, doesn't matter if you disagree with the law. If you think murder for hire, get back for Von should be allowed, that doesn't give you the right to basically dictate happens in this case. The judge, so this part was crazy, and look, this is no disrespect, no shade to the judge, we're all human, we all make mistakes, but after that was read, the judge accidentally had a little slip of the tongue and said, okay, so these defendants have all pled guilty to these charges, and it was like audible gasps in the courtroom. Everyone was like, wait, what? Huh? Like, huh? It was like, wait, what? And then the judge was like, oh, my bad, I said they meant not guilty. Now, look.
I already called that man guilty. Slip of the tongue. The judge said, you're done. Oh, no. His thoughts got beside him. Got ahead of him, man. They gotta prove that Lil Durk orchestrated some type of paper trail, some type of texting of his words saying this. They gotta and I don't even think texting can be totally used as proof, because anybody could make that shit up. You know, we gotta look at it like this. A person, if they did what they did, you have to see it. We need 2 or more witnesses to say, okay, yeah, he actually shot this man. Oh, how you know that he ordered the hit? Was you there? Did you hear it come out of his tongue? Did he confess? It's just like with the Diddy thing in the Tupac. Keefy D is saying that Puffy had ordered to pay him $1 million to hit Tupac and Suge. Basically, he wanted to hit Suge, and Pac was kind of like the extra, icing on the cake. Pac dies instead of Suge. Lil Pap dies instead of Quando Rondo. But how are you proving that Puffy has something to do with Pac's unaliving, as well as Lil Durk has something to do with Lil Pap's? The evidence has to be clear. And right now I don't really see the evidence clear. They said they got his phone, but if they're saying that they're not letting that be a part of the trial, then that's a win-win for Lil Durk. But we're gonna keep y'all posted. This is Cuff Boys, man. Y'all go check them out. Got a lot of great content, be detailing a lot of the trials that you done checked out over the years. Let's get to it. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That the air in the back is hot where I'm at. We got this fan going. So let's get to it.
He would decide by end of day. Screenshot of Vaughn wearing OTF and O-Block chains. Government shows who Vaughn was in connection to Dirk. Dirk's team withdrew opposition, will be admitted. Exhibits 152 and 159. Photos of Dirk and Wilson with Cash, or DD. Government, one of the first leads LAPD had on this murder was Exhibit 152, a post from DD's Instagram, and it had PW1 in it. So does that confirm who a snitch is? PW1 will testify about both photos and that money and photos were split amongst shooters. PW1 came up a lot today. Oh my God. Money split between shooters. Crazy. Exhibit 156, witness will testify the hand signals were created for Vaughn, and these screenshots from pissed off video is Dirk throwing up those hand signals. Holy shit. 156 admitted. Exhibit 182, screenshot from Bloc is hot featuring Wilson, filmed December 2021. Government wants it in because PW1 was present for the shooting of the video, was wearing an orange sweater in it. We have to have a confirmation on who this is. And here is the confirmation. People are saying this is OTF Jam, so there it is. Orange sweater. He is PW1. PW1.
Yeah, that's when he was casually around. They saying that he had a wire on at that time. Probably some other members up in there that had a wire on as well. And him wiping his nose, meaning, he stepped on cats. It'd be the ones that's close to you that down you, that backdoor your ass. It's not just backdoor by taking you off this earth, but backdoor you to send you away.
Oh, there it is. Orange sweater. He is PW1. PW1 was confronted by Dirk and co-conspirators in the bathroom at the shoot, told he was being reckless with his crimes and can't be out there committing murders. You're going to get us called up and the feds on us. Admitted. Holy shit. Exhibit 183, photos of Wilson throwing up gang signs. Government PW1 testified the signs are disrespectful to another gang. Under submission, admission will be dependent on how judge rules about overall gang issue. Exhibit 220, a voice memo from 2023, well after the murder of Booney Mo, instructing PW1 at direction of Dirk. Judge previously allowed this in, but now has concerns about it because it's a million years after the murder. Government says it shows that Dirk gives orders under submission. Under submission means the judge is going to decide a later date, by the way. I think we all knew that. Exhibit 219, text between Dirk and DD. Government, it's basically an admission. It's Dirk and Wilson upset that O-Block didn't take revenge in their own hands. Dirk says something to the effect of, these guys aren't even sliding for Vaughn, leaving it all up to us. Under submission. Another terrible look. I mean, I'm just imagining a jury seeing all this. It is not good for little Dirk. By the way, my last video, I said that's a W for Dirk, right? I was getting comments of people like saying, LOL, this kid's like rooting for Dirk, saying there's W's. Brother, I'm reporting both sides. I'm going to report the good things for the defense, and I'm going to report the bad things for Dirk that makes him look like a gang member that hires people to kill people. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say something's a W for the defense. That's what I fucking do, dumbass. Exhibit 10, video that shows officers on the scene after shooting. Steele, it's a video of a man perishing before our eyes. They want it in for sympathy under submission. God, can we, I just fucking wish there was cameras in this courtroom. Can we imagine Brian Steele fighting with Lil Durk sitting next to him? Let's all imagine that. We are being robbed right now. Exhibit 170, a podcast clip of Tekashi 6ix9ine interview with Whack 100. Government will testify that this clip blew up the concept of slide for Von. Everybody saw.
Whack Keisha is in the Lil Durks. He's mentioned in the Lil Durks Rico case, man. That's just crazy. Him and Tekashi. Both of them are rats. Both of them informants. And they blew up the spot. This is what they say, blowing up the spot, to where the feds was listening, and now they're using this in his case. And saying, yeah, this is what prompted him to say, you know what? These guys telling me I'm soft. I think it's time for me to ride for Von. Right, you know what I'm saying? Waukesha and Tekashi, they are nothing but, you know, cops. But man, let this be a lesson, man. Young kids out here trying to join gangs and whatnot. This is what happens. Your friends ain't your friends. Your gang members are just gang members. Everybody is out for self. Out for self. And eventually you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught. Or you're gonna get clipped.
All this, and Dirk was aware of it. PW2 is going to say Dirk saw a clip of Tekashi pretty much trolling him, saying, why didn't you slide for Von yet? Got mad about it and expressed anger. And now we have a snitch in a federal trial saying, yep, he said all that. That happened. He was mad about this. He wanted to slide for Von. This is fucking crazy. Exhibit 209. Government says it's a text chain weeks after Von was killed where Dirk says, I'm not celebrating New Year's because my dog is dead and nobody's doing anything. Rondo out there acting like they don't have nothing to worry about, even though we got the location. Cooperating witness will testify about this text under submission. Holy fuck. Literally expressing frustration that no one has gotten revenge on anyone on Nquando's whole group, and they're acting like they're all good. They can go anywhere, even though we know where they're at. This is baffling. Like,
they can't present it to the jury in its raw form, but a good attorney, which is what prosecutors are attorneys, a good one gonna find some way to weasel it in.
To get additional information from the phone. So this phone clearly matters to them. And Dirk's asking that the judge keep the evidence out of the trial.
Make sure y'all go check out Brian Blake's.
Scheduled to begin in a couple of days. Lawyers call that a motion to suppress. All that means is a defense team saying law enforcement broke the rules when they got this evidence. So the feds shouldn't be allowed to use it against Dirk at his trial. But this is something that I haven't seen reported or discussed by anybody, including those who were in the courtroom. Let's talk about what could happen when the judge rules. Let's say the judge agrees with Dirk. The judge says the phone evidence can't be used. You might think, ooh, Dirk won that issue. Now move on. But not necessarily. There's a federal law that lets the feds appeal certain rulings that keep evidence out before the trial happens. So the feds could go to the Ninth Circuit of Appeals and say, we think the trial judge got this wrong. We want the appeals court to review it before we go to trial. And because trial is so close, they can ask the Ninth Circuit to move quickly. And the Ninth Circuit does have procedures for emergency motions when a party says it needs fast action. But more on that later. But let's flip it. Let's say the judge rules against Dirk. The judge says the phone evidence can come in. Can Dirk stop the case and immediately ask the Ninth Circuit to decide whether the judge got it wrong before the feds use that evidence against him at trial in a few days? Generally, no. Not in that same process I just described the feds can do. Defendants normally have to wait until there's a final judgment before taking that kind of issue to appeals court. So think about basketball. The referee makes a huge call. The call goes against the feds. They can stop the game and ask for a replay before the game's finished. But if the call goes against the defendant, usually keep playing. Finish the game. Then if you lose, you can challenge the call after. And there's a reason why
that's how the NBA
law
is
works
for
this
real,
way.
though. They look
Imagine the
at
judge keeps important evidence out. and the feds go to trial without it. The jury says not guilty. Dirk's not guilty. The feds generally can't just say, hey, the judge made a mistake. Let us try him again. Because double jeopardy can stop them from getting another trial if and once Dirk is found not guilty. So federal law gives prosecutors a way to challenge certain evidence rulings before trial. But now imagine this is your brother. He's sitting in jail waiting for trial. The judge agrees with him. The judge says the thirsty feds should not be allowed to use the evidence. So your brother won, but then the feds appeal. The trial more than likely would get pushed back. And while another court decides who was right, your brother is still sitting in jail. And that's where this will look very different, depending on which side of the courtroom you're sitting on. The feds can say, we need another court to look at this before trial. Well, the defendant is usually told, if the judge got it wrong, you can raise it afterward. And I don't think that's fair. The right to challenge something later isn't the same as a right to stop it before it even happens, because the court can change a ruling later. It can't give somebody those months of their life back. And remember, none of this has happened yet. The judge has not ruled, contrary to what you've been told or may have heard.
Yo, this is crazy work for Lil Durk, man. Yo, check out Chris Barnes, man. Y'all go check out his channel. He said the reason why OTF Jam snitched on Lil Durk is crazier than expected. You know, we're gonna react. We're gonna react to this, man. Make sure you go check out his channel. Let's get to it. And what y'all get in the comments, tell me what y'all think. It's looking bad for Lil Durk, right? But maybe y'all know something that I don't know. And I ain't no lawyer. But yeah, that OTF Jam is definitely a rat. And you know, when it comes to this type of shit, man, that's just how it be, man. Niggas don't want to go down for you. All that loyalty, that shit goes out the door. Because these niggas was never loyal from the get-go.
Now, this story that I'm about to tell you was told to me over a year ago when Durk initially got picked up. So, I'm about to explain to you guys why Jam actually decided to flip on Durk. So if you want to know, make sure you stick around to the very end of this video, because I promise you, this will be one of the craziest stories you've ever heard in your life. What's that word, YouTube family? This your man, Chris Barnes, back at you with another reaction video. Before I get into the content, you all, I just want to off the rip salute you all for being the dopest audience on social media. I appreciate everybody who saw the thumbnail and decided to click on the video. I appreciate everybody that clicked that like button, that clicked that hype button, that clicked that share button, that clicked that subscription button, decided to snitch on Durk Banks and bring down the Durk Banks enterprise. Now, listen, the narrative is that Jam decided to snitch on Durk because Durk stopped giving him money. And that's half the truth, you all. But you know what the old folks used to say, a half truth is a whole lie. So let me reel it in for you all. Let me reel it in. The only thing that I ask, because I have been noticing that bigger platforms that I have a lot of respect for, they've been running off with the Jam story that we broke, and I'm cool with that. The only thing that I request is that you give credit to where credit is due. Because no, I'm no longer in Chicago, but I get a lot of respect from the streets. Because at the end of the day, I'm a gutter baby. So listen, you all, if you read the federal documents, Jam told the feds that he was recruited by Booney Mo on behalf of Durk. Now, what was he recruited to do? Jam was recruited to fly to California to commit a murder for the Banks enterprise. Keyword, he was recruited to fly, okay? Jam thought he was R. Kelly. Jam thought he could fly. Jam thought he could touch the sky. Jam thought about it every night and day. He spread his wings and he flew away. All right? Jam had big dreams. Jam wanted to see the Barclays Center. Jam wanted to hang out in Beverly Hills with the stars. And on his spare time, Jam was going to do what Jam was made to do. And that's use that Mac and commit a murder. Jam didn't get a regular plane ticket like the rest of the other scrub murderers. Jam got invited on the big plane, the PJ, Dirk's private jet, all right? Because he was a special type of killer. So Jam flew on that private jet. Jam committed that murder. Jam ate sushi on Rodeo Drive. Jam collected the money for the hit, and Jam went about his business. However, you all, Baby Threat got caught with a firearm. And Baby Threat got in the police station and said, "Hey man, please let me go. I can tell you all about murders." And then mysteriously after that, Jam got pulled over by the cops. And when Jam got pulled over by the cop found a gun on Jam's person.
So I snitched on Jam, and Jam brought down the whole damn company, bro. Whole damn empire.
Now listen, you all. Jam is a felon. Jam can't carry guns. So Jam violated his probation. Key word, you all. Jam violated his probation. So typically, when you violate your probation, who do you have to see? Your probation officer. So Jam had to take a stroll into the probation office because he was fighting a pipe case. And while he sat down with his probation officer had to be FYBJ made because he decided to do a little homework. And he noticed that on Jam's tracking device, his band, Jam, was in California. Not only was Jam in California, but Jam was in Beverly Hills. Jam was around the murder scene when Pav was shot and killed outside that gas station. So, you know, the probation officer's wheels got to turning. And he asked Jam, "What were you doing in Beverly Hills the same day that Lil Pav was shot and killed? How can you afford to go to Beverly Hills? What's going on, Jam? Talk to me." And Jam told his probation officer, "Middle finger to you, talk to my lawyer." So what did Jam do? Jam called Dirk. He say, "Smirk, I'm in that jam. I need a lawyer to fight this case." And what did Dirk do? Dirk did absolutely nothing. Dirk said, "Middle finger to you, Jam. You're on your own. I will not go down for this murder."
There you go. It's usually that way. The nigga been out in the streets wilding out. He been stepping on a lot of shit and getting beside himself. And he got away with the first ones. And then getting paid for it. Allegedly. And then being part of that whole entourage looked as one of his main hitters. Guess he felt like, man, this nigga hanging me out to dry. He gonna leave me hanging out to dry, man. Fuck this nigga. It's crazy. This is all allegedly, man. We don't know, but this is all allegedly.
So Jam was furious. Jam was upset. So Jam told his probation officer the truth. "I went to California to commit a murder in the name of Dirk." Now Dirk from the streets, and the streets talk. So word got back to Dirk that Jam snitched. So what did Dirk do? Dirk understood that Jam loved one person and one person only, and that was his baby mom. So what Dirk did was Dirk put a hit out on Jam's baby mom. However, you know.
Woo! Yeah, I heard about that, man. Try to put a hit out on Jam's baby mama, man. And somebody else lost their life. This is crazy. And they gonna pin that to Lil Durk and all these murders. If OTM Jam, who was a part of this, and he is saying that, look, I'm fucked up. Whatever excuse he may come up with, I'm like, fuck it. This man left me in here to rot. Fuck it. I'm gonna tell you about the FBG Cash murder. I'm gonna tell you about the FBG Duck shit. I'm gonna tell you about the murder of this, the murder of that. I don't care. But you gotta get me the fuck out of the state. The fuck out of the country. These snitches get paid. You gotta put me on the salary on the payroll. This is nasty. The streets is over, y'all.
Snitching. Jam has respect in the streets. Street guys don't believe that Jam is snitching. So word got back to Jam that Dirk put a hit out on Jam's baby mom. So Jam hit up his baby mom and he told his baby mom, hey, there's guys out here that's trying to get you out the way. So Jam's baby mom, being from the streets, took precaution and told her job to switch out her postal route. And the job, they didn't deny the request. The request was granted. They switched out the postal route. However, you all, Dirk didn't know that because Dirk was abusing drugs. So Dirk green-lighted a postal worker, but it was the wrong postal worker. So Jam's baby mom didn't get murdered the first time. However, word got back to Dirk that his killers got the wrong mail lady. So Dirk put another hit on Jam's baby mom because he found out that Jam was a snitch. And eventually, Dirk succeeded and Dirk hurt Jam's baby mom. So Jam went a step further and said, forget it. I'm about to tell on all the murders that I've committed. And I'm about to tell these people everything that I know because there ain't no loyalty in the streets. Now, this is my question to the audience because, a lot of people, they call a Jam a snitch and, you guys are right because anytime you talk to the police and tell them about crimes, you are a snitch. But I'm gonna ask you something. Jam did try to keep it solid. Jam asked Dirk for a lawyer, and Dirk didn't want to give Jam that lawyer. Not to mention, you all, Dirk knew that Jam was on a ban. So for Dirk to recruit a murderer that was currently on probation to fly across state lines to commit a murder, it wasn't the smartest thing in the world to do. Dirk had to have known that Jam's probation officer would have eventually found out that he flew to California illegally.
Yo, we're gonna stop it right there, man. It's looking real bad for Lil Durk, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Lil Durk is looking real bad for him in this Rico case. Got all these snitches coming out. They ready to turn state evidence on this dude. It's gonna be more snitches coming out because it's all about yourself, right? They all about getting to they own. It's all about themselves, their own selfishness. That's all they care about. But hey, that's what the game is all about, man. Because there's no loyalty. There's no loyalty. We're gonna get to another street situation, street story. Shout out to Warren County, man. Since this is out in the valley, out in the suburbs, an area where they think things don't go down, man. We got the California Garden Caribs, indictments, man, murders, drug trafficking, and robberies. This is wild. Now, I got the rapper Doggy Style. This is his community or what have you. But he putting it on, doing the music thing, man. Just doing the music thing. But he putting it on for the town, for the city. So let's get to this, man. We're getting our review and reaction on. Shout out to Warren Cali. This is your boy Ill. Make sure y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. A lot of gang activity, high poverty. They're calling this the the murder capital. Like the murder capital, man. Murder city, man.
Unemployment, the large illegal drug markets, and also lingering effects of the Great Recession. These issues contributed to persistent violence concentrated in several neighborhoods. Now in the gangs in the city, it were several, and some of the most known became Delman Heights Bloods, and also the California Garden Crips, which were rivals. Now the California Garden Crips are one of the original gangs in San Bernardino, and have been a part of several headlines, making them one of the most dangerous and deadliest gangs in the city. They, among other gangs, have pushed the crime rate. In 2010, San Bernardino ranked among the most violent cities in California. The FBI reported data showing that the city recorded 2,000 violent crimes, including 42 murders, over 600 robberies, and over 13 aggravated assaults. Property crime was also extremely high for the city, with 9,000 property crimes, over 2,000 burglaries, over 4,000.
Most violent city in Cali at the time. It's crazy, man. It's not a lot of employment opportunities out there. And it's a city that look like it has potential, but whoever running it, the city hall, the city council, they don't give a fuck. The homeless is just out of this world out there. It's just fucked up, real bad.
2,000 larceny thefts, and 2,000 motor vehicle thefts. Those numbers reflect a city where violent crime was a daily concern, especially in neighborhoods experiencing persistent gang activity and open-air drug markets. In 2011, crime remained at elevated levels in San Bernardino. The FBI reported that over 2,000 violent crimes occurred, including 38 murders, over 600 robberies, and over 1,300 aggravated assaults. Also, property crime remained severe, totaling over 10,000 reported offenses. And the California Garden Crips were a part of those numbers, leading to Operation Squeeze Play. The Delma Heights Bloods and California Garden Crips were causing a lot of crime in the city, causing a total of 12 members of both gangs being indicted. In 2011, an FBI Safe Street task force known as the San Bernardino Gang Impact Team initiated an investigation into the criminal activities of several San Bernardino-based criminal street gangs, which included the California Garden Crips and the Delma Heights Bloods. According to investigators, the California Garden Crips and the Delma Heights Blood street gangs played a major role in distribution of illegal narcotics in and around the city. The members and associates of the two gangs were believed to sell narcotics to further the influence of the gang. The Department of Justice stated that they were committed to aggressively pursuing gang members and narcotics traffickers that threaten the safety of the local communities. They also stated that they would continue working with their partners at both the federal and local levels in order to take the dangerous offenders off the streets. A 42-page federal indictment based on the work of the Gang Impact Team was unveiled, and it named 7 defendants, all of whom were charged with conspiracy to distribute various illegal narcotics, including meth and crack. 3 other defendants are named in a second criminal complaint, and 2 individuals are named in a single defendant criminal complaint. In total, Operation Squeeze Play resulted in federal charges against 12 defendants. The activity alleged in the indictment outlines the vast reach of drug networks operating in and around the city of San Bernardino. Police continue by saying the arrest by the Gang Impact Team will have a strong impact on the gang's influence and are a positive step towards restoring order to law-abiding citizens. Among those arrested during this operation were gang members or associates identified based on the persistent criminal activity that plagued our streets for too long. The federal indictment alleges 23 counts on all defendants named in that indictment, and they were charged with conspiracy to distribute meth, crack, and weed. Some of the defendants listed in that indictment had 3 complaints and additionally charged with distribution of meth and possession with intent to distribute meth.
Hey man, they constantly bust and shit, constantly be hearing that. You know, they be going down out there in San Bernardino. You know, it's definitely a high murder city. Of course, it's not the capital, but it's a high murder city. You know, where it turned heads. It got on that radar of being a real serious city of a lot of violence that be going down, man. It's not just popping off in LA, Compton, and Watts. It's popping out in San Bernardino, in the Empire, Ontario, all over. It just be cracking off, man. Moreno Valley, what is that? Highland, it be cracking off. So, yeah, it be, things may look a little peaceful because, people tend to move out of the known criminal areas, like LA, Compton, and tend to think that, it's a little bit more peaceful out here. You ain't gotta worry about nothing but shit. You hear them sirens, you see those ghetto birds in the sky, man, and you hear them gunshots, man. Especially in Riverside, people are going crazy. So yeah, San Bernardino is one of those towns known as the murder city. Let's get back to the content.
And distribution of crack, and possession to intent to distribute crack. Possessions of firearms are also drug trafficking crime, and also felons in possession of firearms and ammunition. By 2014, the city of San Bernardino began to crack down on several gangs, which included the California Garden Crips. A total of 33 arrests were made during the investigation. Of those arrested, 3 are suspected of murder. The district attorney also filed 29 counts of attempted murder, 16 counts of conspiracy or solicitation to commit murder, and 2 counts of accessory to murder against those arrested. Numerous guns and drugs were seized during the operation. One of the men arrested was a 20-year-old man named Corey. He was a suspected member of the California Garden Crips. He was accused of killing a man named Michael and also another man named Rashawn. He was out of jail due to AB 109, which shifts the responsibility for incarcerating many low-risk inmates from state to county to reduce state population.
Along with weapons taken off the streets. Inland Empire Bureau Chief Rob McMillan tells us police also believe they have solved a murder because of the investigation.
A program that was designed for him to let him off early. Let him off. Because I guess the first offense was a non-violent crime. Got out, fucked up, went back for murder. Had that chance, homie. You couldn't get it right. The streets don't got no love for nobody, man.
Results of a 3-month-long operation cracking down on gang violence. More than 30 people arrested and dozens of weapons confiscated, taken off the streets of San Bernardino and Highland.
It's a message to these cowards and local terrorists. We're not going to stand for that in San Bernardino County. and we are going to hold you responsible.
Earlier this year, law enforcement started to see a jump in the number of carjackings, robberies, murders, and attempted murders. That's the reason for this operation that culminated in all of these arrests a week and a half ago. One of the murders that police say was solved because of this operation was that of 19-year-old Michael Martinez Jr., who was gunned down on this very street last August.
Michael was a good kid who didn't deserve what happened to him.
Police believe 20-year-old Corey Thomas, an alleged gang member, is the one who pulled the trigger. He's now under arrest, charged with not only Martinez's murder, but another one as well.
We took a lot of bad guys off the streets. We took a lot of guns out of the hands of people that have no business possessing guns.
When are we going to wake up and start killing each other? And I'm not begging, I'm not pleading with you, I'm telling you. Wake up, stop playing the game, stop falling into the trap. There's so much more out there.
And the 24.
That is so true, man. Salute to that brother, man. Man, send our condolences, rest in peace to the people who lost their lives. All people are so innocent to proven guilty. This dude, Corey Thomas, man, this is some wild stuff that they saying that he did. Some crazy shit. But I just tell you, man, you know, when people get to that point where they don't care about the consequences and they willing to just do what they have to do, they gonna do it. And you gotta be on the guard. You gotta understand that these streets and these people out here don't love you. There's no generosity now. Nobody. It's not like how it used to be. There's no respect, no loyalty. You know, people are quick to backdoor you. Like it says, murders, drug trafficking, carjacking, a lot of this shit. And understand the police don't be knowing shit unless people be talking. When people talk, that's when they know shit. Murders is because people be they solve murders a lot because people be talking. The game's over, y'all. Let's get back into the comments, to the content.
14 indictment. Police also listed that murders, attempted murders, and carjackings were on the rise, and it was fueled by the ongoing rivalry by the two street gangs being the Crips and the Bloods. They held a press conference stating that the headquarters and tactical operations made arrests and result of an uptick in their crimes. As more street wars and violence occurred by 2016, 2 years later, the California Garden Crips were once again involved in another indictment. The move followed a months-long investigation targeting the California Crips. This led to the seizure of 43 guns and the arrest of 41 people, along with 2 murders filed in this case. The task force behind Operation No Boundaries was created in June of 2016 and went through November 3rd.
New anti-gang task force assembled and unleashed across the county. As Inland Empire reporter Leticia Juarez shows us, this crackdown on violent crimes is working.
Scenes like this in San Bernardino have become familiar ones. Last night, a man was shot and killed on the 700 block of North Arrowhead. The investigation into that murder is just beginning. The uptick in crime in the city and surrounding county has not gone unnoticed.
As a result, we formed a task force. At the end of the day, the task force was dubbed Operation No Boundaries.
5 months ago, San Bernardino police joined forces with the Sheriff's Department and other local and federal agencies to crack down on street gang activity. During the investigation, the task force arrested 41 members with the California Garden Crips.
And although some of the victims were gang members and it was gang activity, there were a number of innocent citizens that were just trying to get through life that were victims of these tragic events.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how it be. It be the innocent people that be getting it. You know, so we gotta keep our head on the swivel, gotta watch out, man, because these dudes are still gonna do what they do. That's just how it is. You know, when you want to be a part of these gangs and these organizations, understand that it's gonna be cutthroat activity. You will get some fame, you get some street fame, you get some money. You may not get a lot. You can work your way up if you want to be a stepper, but it ain't no sunshine at the end of the day. It's either prison or the graveyard. This is your boy L, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up, man. Make sure you get in the comments, let me know what y'all think. Gotta do better, y'all. We gotta do better.
I'm coming straight from the bottom, yeah. I had to hustle, yeah. I had no option. Full Lord is 40 on me. No something moves if you move, I'ma pop it. Bitch, I'm a low. Source was cracking, the nigga, it ain't always poppin'. I had to drop, they didn't wanna give me no jobs. I had no option. Yeah, bitch, I'm from the grove. Door up your foes. Yeah, I'm in this bitch with my bros. Bitches are cold. I get them all by the low. Yeah, by the low. Yeah, solid bitch, I never fold. I never fold, bitch. I'm hot as a torch. Try to touch me, you get scorched. Car faster than a Porsche. All I know, no watch me score. Master Yoda got the force. This all authentic, there's no force. They don't wanna see me young. That's why I did this on my own. Own all nigga shit. No handouts or no loans, so don't call my phone. I get my whole city hope. They telling me that I'm the GOAT. You can go and take a vote. Really come from cooking coke. Play with guns and on my nose. Bitch, you know I'm really young. Y'all again here till I go. Roll cold until I coast. Bitch, you know just how it go. Yeah, you know I'm reppin' foes. Yeah, I'm coming straight from the bottom. Yeah, I had to hustle. Yeah, I had no option. Full loaded 40 on me. Know something moves if you move, I'ma pop it. Bitch, I'm a low. Source was cracking the nigga. It ain't always poppin'. I had to trap. They didn't wanna give me no jobs. I had no option. Yeah, bitch, I'm from the grove. Do up your foes, yeah. I'm in this bitch with my bros, bitches a goat. I get them in, get them out by the low, yeah, by the low, yeah. Solid bitch, I never fold, I never fold. I'm coming straight from the.
Yeah.
I just stay down and stay out the way. I just got some pounds and I got some yay. Real niggas around, you look out of place. Quarter brick right now and that just on the face. Sell it all right now, it all be gone today. Good customer service, we don't make them wait. We constantly serving, picking him play. We constantly serving, picking him play. But I just stay down and stay out the way. I just got some pounds and I got some yay. Real niggas around, you look out of place. Get a quarter bit right now, and that just on the face. Sell it all right now, and all these on the day. Good customer service, we don't make them wait. We constantly serving, picking him a play. We constantly serving, picking him a play. I come from the bottom, I say with a tray. Got a switch to lemon color, he just wanna bang. I just want the paper, I don't wanna hang. That boy that met the world, now he's up for pain. I just met your girl, she left with a stranger. Soon we shot that up, she knew I was gangster. I don't take no threats or no ultimatums. If you talking shop, you talking my language.
Now this shit look like back in the day.
Oh, mo! Oh, dang!
Look like back in the day. Look, he's about.
Check on your man, let him get hit in his head.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I never having a day.
What's cracking?
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
What up, world? This is Grammy music producer Ryan Ghost Bowser rocking it out with First Fam West Radio and your man's Mr. Illustrator. And on the ones and twos, we got Crazy D. Spin that, man.
Keep the tools in the box. The haters wanna stop it. Mom's on like cocaine. I'm a fly human being. Money is the reason. No, it ain't about those games. Tools in the box, the haters wanna stop it. Mom's on like cocaine. Pure white, Peruvian, take flight, ride the wind, long nights, getting it in. Is this the life of a hooligan? Gunshots, bury victims in the dirt quick, circle of death, calling it the work shift. Mind blown, mind gone, just took a life he don't care about his own. But this is what the youth talk, turned up. Mommy offered those pills, plus she coked up. Out to celebrate, told it's the last days. Racing, chase away the pain of his lane. Ain't no shame, she peeling off her lace and things.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.